Hi everyone, today I am going to discuss with you Python interview question part 4 and I am going to discuss with you Python tuple interview question. So here's the first question. What is the tuple in Python? Tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. We can write tuples in parentheses. Tuple maintains the order. Tuples allow the duplicate members. Tuples can hold different or similar data type. Tuples are immutable, means we cannot change any value in tuple. Tuples, the index starts from the 0. In tuple, we cannot increase or decrease the size of the tuple. So here I mention in my program each and every point I will discuss with you. So tuple can hold different data type. As we know, there are 4 data types: integer, float, string and boolean. So here in I mentioned my underscore tuple and I gave the value integer, string, float and boolean value. After execute the program, it gave me all the value printed here. Tuples also can hold the similar data type. Here I only mention the integer value. After execute the program, it gave me only integer value. So tuple can hold the different data type as well as tuple can hold the similar data type. I give the example here. In tuple, the index starts from the 0. So I mention the tuple and I mention 3 values here. When I passing the index 0, it gave me the value first is 22.41 for value 0. When I passing index 1, it is give me the value selenium. Since in tuple index start from the 0, so 0, first and second. Tuples allow duplicate members. So here in fruit tuples I gave the apple 2 times. When I execute the program, it gave me the apple 2 times. Tuples are immutable, means we cannot change any value in tuple. Here I mentioned the 3 value in my tuple and when I passing index 2, I am trying to change the value PyCharm with the JavaScript. But here I get the error traceback error. Since tuples are immutable, we cannot change any value in tuple. Question number 2 is, what are the tuples method in Python? So tuples has 2 built-in methods in Python. Tuples.count method returns the number of times specified value appears in the tuple. And tuples.index method finds the first occurrence of specified value in the tuple. Here I give the example for these 2 methods. Here I mention tuple.count method first and I mention the books. I want to know how many times the books is appear in my tuple. So after execute the program, it shows the books is appeared 2 times in my tuple. Here I mention the count index method, which is I give in my tuple and I call the tuple.index method and find out the school. Where in tuple the index start from the 0. So 0, first, second and third. So tuple.index return me the value 1. So this is how we have to use there are 2 built-in method in tuples. Tuple.count will count how many times the word or any numbers available in your tuple, or tuple.index method give the index of the tuple. Question number 3 is, what happens when index is not found in the tuple? So we use the index method to find specified value in the tuple. If we do not found the index value in tuple, we get the value error. Means that particular value which we are fetching, there is no index of that value in tuple. So here I mentioned the example for that. I mentioned tuple and I mentioned 3 value here. When I call tuple.index and I give the value automation in a string, it shows me the value error since the automation is not mentioned in my tuple, so it is give me the value error here. Question number 4 is how to calculate length of the tuple. So to calculate length of the tuple, we have to use the len function. And here I give the example. I call the len and demo underscore tuple, and it give me the value 3, because since the 3 value available in my tuple, so it give me the 3 value. Question number 5 is what is the use of tuple? Python tuples and lists are almost similar in nature, but they have the few advantages of their own. A standard procedure of initializing a tuple when the requirement is immutable data. Tuples are immutable by nature, and it can be used initialize the data when initialize the data. That means the data value can be constant throughout our program life. Tuple can be used for the security wise, as the sensitive data would not be changed by any attack. So here I want to explain to you security wise. The sensitive data means if you want to store the value in our program, such as the social security number or date of birth of or the credit card number or your bank account detail, bank account number, those are, or your PAN card number, those are very sensitive information. So those value if you want to store in our program, that time we can use the tuple, since tuple is immutable in nature. So that's why we can use those sensitive information to store the value in our tuple. Python tuple is a faster and can be used when data is heterogeneous, means mix of data types stored in a program. As I told you before that tuples accept the different data type as well as the similar data type. So if in your program, if you want to store the value integer with the string or string with the boolean value, that kind of heterogeneous data type, we can use the tuple, and tuple is a faster, so that is the easiest way we can use the heterogeneous value to store in our program, use the tuple. Question number 6 is what is the difference between list and tuple in Python? The syntax of list and tuple is slightly different. List is surrounded by square bracket, and I give the example for that. Tuples is surrounded by the parenthesis. List has a variable length, whereas tuple is a fixed length. List has mutable nature, tuple is immutable in nature. List provide many built-in method, tuples have less built-in method. As I told you, tuples have two built-in method which I mentioned earlier, tuple.count and tuple.index. But list we have many built-in methods. So that's the few difference between list and tuple. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.